ask a few decent questions. It was really fun. It was an interesting time to be there. Then I met up with Melissa Levangie and Martin Penrose and yourself. And we went to Utah for the Petzl Symposium, which was off the charts.
Yeah.
That was 3 days of fun and meeting amazing people. Then I've been in BC for almost 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks now, at Martin's place at New Greens. Taught a Fids and Fibers there, and now we've been splicing stuff and running the brake test machine, and of course visiting Samson Rope today. Stopped in at Westbur to say hello. There's tons of people to go visit. Ryan Cafferty wants me to stop by, and I'd love to go visit Eric Forsman, the owl guy, as well as Brian Toss is right here, and Stuart Witt. So there's no shortage of people to go visit and say hello to, and Kaylee Alcorn's here. So a lot of friends all over. But when I leave here, I'll head east to northern Colorado. The guys there are putting together, quite plugged in, so I can pick up right where I was easily.
Yeah.
I was talking about Colorado on the way back east. I've got a group of arborists who've already taken FIDs, and a few people who haven't taken FIDs that want to get together to do an informal splicing workshop as I head back. So I'm going to do one of those in northern Colorado, one of those in Iowa, and then visit Tom Dunlap up in Minneapolis. I'm going to interview a guy who is a veteran who lost his leg, but he's an arborist now, and they've got him on a bionic leg where he can actually control his leg by thoughts. He's on a VA test trial run, and they're paying all the fees to work on this, and they've somehow connected the neurons in his brain to translate to motion in the bionic leg. And
that's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, he does tree work. His name's Moret Molina. I haven't met him in person yet, but we've chatted online a few times. So I want to go and interview him and put him up on the Growth Ring blogs on YouTube. And
hey YouTube, hey Mark.
Stop back in Canton, Ohio again to check in on the people at Indoors. And then I'm supposed to head back to New Jersey to do another FIDS, but it could be too late in the season. We may not get enough signups for that one, but we'll see how it goes.
2021,
So,
we're gonna make it.
as far as the obviously Fids and Fibers has grown over the last 10 years. Has it got to a point now? Obviously, you're on this road trip where you're going and you've got courses booked in this state, that state. You come to Canada, you're doing one here, then you're off and you're gonna do another one, and then I know that you were talking about you've got a trip planned to like Australia to go and do Fids and Fibers, or that's in the works, and it sounds like it's kind of definitely gaining a lot of momentum. And I just think with social media nowadays, and the fact that you have quite a presence on social media and people talk about Fids and Fibers quite a lot who are into splicing, and there's never a bad word said about Fids and Fibers course. Everybody just has great things to say.
Beautiful words.
Seems like social media just makes the world so small that it's enabled you to be able to run these courses and do what you love to do, and maybe put the tree work aside, which sounds like it's a good thing if you feel like you kind of weren't, in your own words, like the best businessman at running a tree company, even.
Yeah, I tend to give away. Like, the guys would always kind of pick on me. When you roll up to a job in the morning, and the guys would be like, "What are we doing?" And I say, "Well, we're going to do that tree and that tree and that tree and that tree and that tree." Like, "You promised all that today?" Yeah, and then I always bite off more than I can chew to give the customer the best value. So I'm really not the best business guy that way. I'm not very good at cutting it off and saying, "Oh, that's actually 2 days," and charging 2 full days when I should. So that's kind of my Achilles heel, I guess, the Mr. Nice Guy. But far as social media goes, I've only had a cell phone for 2 years. I was a holdout. I didn't have cell service at my house until about 2 years ago, and so I didn't even have one. And people were always up my butt, like, when are you gonna get a cell phone? I finally got service, and I had a trip to Australia to teach Fids and Fibers in Melbourne at Tree Gear for Trevor Douglas, and one in Brisbane for the Queensland Arborist Association. And I said, well, if I go on that trip, I need a phone for photos and to be able to connect. So I finally bit the bullet, got a phone, and now I'm on social media.
Me too.
I've been a
Yay.
part of the internet since the beginning, but I just didn't buy into social media for a long time.
Yeah.
And but you're absolutely right. If it weren't
I'm
for
documenting this
social,
because I got a shout out from my
Fids and
friend
Fibers would be a tiny little thing.
Mark, and it's like, sure, for posterity up in here. Okay. Now we can do this. It's not going to be a 10-minute video. Some people freak out, but it's okay. Don't freak out. The bionic interface is still in good shape. Okay. Everything's going good. I'm not completely rogue yet, so I don't think I'm gonna go crazy. But you never know. Okay. That section of my ascender is now in a comfortable position. I can climb up to a 13 millimeter rope up to 200 feet or longer. Battery pack is drained empty. Hands are dirty because work. You gotta have work. Okay. You gotta have energy. That says power. Push the button. No power. No battery power whatsoever. Can't get it from my phone. But I can get it through climbing. Okay? I propose the recharger fit between the ascender, the rope, and the battery in a triple unit. So every time I ascend, it's charging. Every time I descend, it's charging right to the battery pack. A direct connection. 13 milliamp or something like that. But flexibility cause, I don't know. I'm going to probably have to use an old school extension telephone cord and maybe a 12 volt charger. I'm not really sure yet what I'm going to do with that. But due to the coronavirus, I was unable to get my surgery this year. That's one of those things that goes into being a bionic man. They put you through testing. And this virus is nothing but a test of the emergency broadcast system. It's only a test. You see, sometimes when you live in fear, and that's fear from the sandblaster. I mean, I work with sandblasters and everything else. But this is the first cybernetic leg that I had, and it's known as the biome. Okay. I broke it like 3 times. I'm not really... I mean, look at the circuitry package. That's where the battery pack goes in. Circuitry package is right there. Can't miss it. I'll point it out. In that slot, there's like a 10 pin or something circuitry package. And It is the Biome, made in Germany, I think. I'm not really sure, but Osir builds it, and it was designed by Hugh Herr, who's probably one of my idols, even though I'm a little bit older than him, I think. We got run over at the same time. But anyway, yeah, it's a reinforced carbon, aluminum, plastic, aircraft metal. Well, I couldn't say exactly what kind because I haven't torn it apart yet. I don't want to void the warranty because being cybernetic is one thing. Yeah. It's still cold here in Michigan. It's sunny out, but it's still cold. Okay? I believe if you can do it, because I just went through a shoulder surgery. Look, it works. I mean, the shoulder works. No pain, no gain. I'm thinking about climbing today. And I think I will. And I'll document it, and I'll prove a point. Yeah, the recharger will work. It's just a matter of motion, pulleys, and the proper small generators. Like, I'll get the generators off a bicycle or something and run it in line with the ascenders. So I could make up to probably 12 volts on the average per stroke off the Hall Ass Ascent system. Wow. This is amazing. Everything's running through my mind all at the same time like a rocket scientist. But anyway, needless to say, it's cold. Computer's gone. First, second, and third layer because it's outstandingly cold outside. Like, I don't know, it's 0. And the computer's already shut down, so I don't know what I'm going to do next. That's a 12-minute video. That's pretty cool. I'll go do something bionic. Sounds like a plan. I can't say film at 11. Not yet. Because I ain't done yet. Right there. Club Chill. That's it. The Molina Chino. Dirty hands equal clean money. I gotta stop and buy some more tobacco. And these are my friends. They don't really say anything, but that's cool. There's one right there. His name is Salem. And next to him, over there, is the Big Money Grip. His name's Gambit. Like Gambit in the Super Series up in here. Yeah. He's a monster. 24-pound kitty. And there's Salem. He weighs about 14. But anyway, I'm a cat person. But I'm not really. I have to impersonate a cat just so they like me. But yeah, cool people. And let's see, push play. This is going to be a good bootleg.
I'm super grateful that the people that attend the classes have such a good time, have such a meaningful time.
Wow, that is so
and
cool.
Learn things that are valuable to them and are willing to talk about it.
3 years later, and it's almost a 15-minute video.
Had such a wonderful experience.
I found this on my YouTube channel, and
when I do Fids and Fibers, I teach from 8 in the morning.
I'm going
10,
strong right now,
midnight,
15 minutes almost.
Midnight, 2 nights in a row, 5 nights in a row, depends on.
But I'm going to try to run this out. I mean, bootleg ain't the word for it.
Everything I have inside out to that group for all that time.
Yeah, Fids and Fiber. Yeah, shout out to everybody, man. I'm telling you.
If you do something that you care about and you're giving away everything, and someone says it was terrible, that's devastating, right? Yeah. So,
wow, that is so cool.
Happy to get that type of feedback. And it has grown from, in my living room for the first 4, 5, 6, 7 years, and now I've been teaching all over the U.S. and Canada. Last year I taught 2 in Australia. This year it's huge. We're going to have an Asia trip planned for Japan, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Nepal. And then after I return from that 4-month trip, there's another South Pacific trip of Hawaii, Fiji with Drew Bristow, then 4 workshops in Australia, Adelaide, Canberra, Melbourne, Brisbane, and then we're going to do another one in New Zealand. So that's another 4 or 5 months trip. So in between those 2, I'm hoping to do another U.S. tour, depending on what comes together. There's plenty of people who want to do one. It's just a matter of how many people really have the coordination and follow through to get 20 people ready so that it makes sense for me to come out.
Yeah, that's incredible that you traveling all over the world, and you know, there's the will and the want of people to learn what you can teach them. So it's taking you, all over the place. And so when you do your Fids and Fibers course, do you mainly run like one course that you teach everywhere because it's, you're getting the same skill level of people, so you're teaching, certain splices, or do you run multiple different courses that you might do one here in BC this year, and then you might come back in another 8 months and do like a more advanced version, so that those same people can come again and learn like more advanced splicing, or like more.
Okay, well, we're running into
different types
17
of
minutes.
growth,
This is
or
cool.
How does it work?
Well, we talk about that all the time, whether there should be because what I teach is a beginner's level course, so it's open to everyone. It's accessible to people who have never touched a fid and never torn a rope apart, and it's accessible to people who've got 30 years of experience. So Matt Otto, who's the head splicer at the Rig Loft at Mystic Seaport in Connecticut, he's rigging the Mayflower too. He rigs historic square rigging ships, doing it for 35 years. He's come to 3 Fids and Fibers. And every time he leaves, he says, I learned so much, because it's a different rope than what he's used to. Arborist lines are different than the 3 strands that he's working on, and different tools that we have that he doesn't have.
Okay, I'm running at 17%. At 18 minutes. I gotta shut it. I gotta shut it down. Okay. Yeah, I'll be good. Be kind. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. Be kind.